Welcome to an afternoon edition of Bernews News and Views. And our very special guest today is Private Ndavyah Williams. Welcome.
Hi, good afternoon. How you doing, though?
Good. Well, thank you. First off, I just really want to thank you for the service to our country. And I know, like everybody in the Royal Bermuda Regiment, does great service for Bermuda, but you've had to sacrifice a little bit more than the average soldier. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. We wanted to check in to see how you're doing. It's been a little more than 5 months since your injury, and we'll start with like a recap for maybe people who aren't familiar with the night you were on duty doing a checkpoint on South Road. So just to refresh our memories.
Well, yes, on the evening of June 29th, 2020, I was involved in a road accident down at near Dimco on South Shore, and it changed. It changed.
Okay. Now you were on duty. You and Private Kirk Wilkes Jr. were on the checkpoint, and up to the incident. How was the night going?
Up into the incident, the evening was pretty decent. It was pretty quiet as everybody was making their way off the road. We was going out for the second to last night before the COVID checkpoints ended. So everything was going smooth. Everyone was happy and enjoying the evening.
What was a typical response you might get from somebody as you were checking them?
On a normal evening, as we would do checkpoints in different areas of the island, you have people who are pretty decent. Mainly they will be coming from work or going to work, so you get you see familiar faces every night. So you just come in contact with just nice people. They respectful and going about their business.
When the car was approaching the barrier that caused the incident, when did you realize something was out of place?
Honestly, I can't recall it, but I did hear my partner who was with me, Private Brayman, who shouted to me to get out the way. But for me, it was too late as I turned around to see, what was happening or what was coming. Then I can't remember what happened after that.
Okay. When do you next remembering something?
I remember after being hit, I remember waking up on the pavement, on the ground, and I remember hearing my teammates, shouting. Basically, my sergeant, who was Sergeant Armstrong, who was basically coordinating everything, making sure I wasn't moved, making sure I was alive and I can breathe, and just my teammates basically barricading the street officer so the help can come as fast as possible.
And what sort of things were going through your mind as you were like, you've got a young daughter. Did she come to mind?
At the time, not immediately. At the time when I realized what was going on, I just wanted to survive. So I just went in just survival mode and just told myself to breathe, take deep breaths, and it's going to be all right. As long as I was breathing, I knew that I was still here. I was still alive. My daughter and my family came to mind when I came to in the hospital, because I had some times where I was in and out of consciousness from when I got hit to being transported to the hospital. But my family and everyone came to mind when I was in the hospital and realized how severe and things were going and things were.
And how were people treating you at King Edward while you were there?
As much as I can remember, it was pretty well. My family were able to see me before I left. They took great care of me just to keep me, keep me going, keep me alive until I was flown out. So I just give thanks to the King Edward Hospital.
Yeah, they've had a yeoman's job to do, not only with you, but also dealing with all the COVID situation that's happening in Bermuda. You mentioned you were flown out. Where were you flown, and why was that hospital chosen for you?
Initially, I was flown to Beth, Israel, and that hospital was chosen, I believe, because it had the amount of trauma and the things that was happened. They said they had the best doctors to be able to make sure that I have a fighting chance. Um, Looking back on it, I appreciate that because they really brought me back to life and they really helped me.
What sort of injuries did you have from the car accident?
From the car accident, it was head to toe. I go off a list, but starting with my head, I have a fractured or had a fractured left skull with my eye socket pushed back, which didn't leave much damage because I'm able to see and still the same, and it healed perfectly. Moving down, I suffered internal injuries, more of in my so I had a split diaphragm inside where everything in my stomach was in my chest. I also had a collapsed lung. I had a ruptured diaphragm, no, a ruptured aorta, and everything was pushed to the right side of my body. Going down from my internals, I also suffered ligament damage to both knees.
Were there any? What were your biggest concerns as you were laying in the hospital in Boston?
My biggest concern at the time, I was hoping to be able to make a full recovery and be able to walk again. I wasn't. I was told several things that how long. Well, they didn't give me a time frame, but they just told me that I'm going to have to learn how to do things differently and walk again and things of that nature.
Okay. And how, a lot of times we have incidents that happen, and then after a couple months, people forget, the news goes on, something else is a front page story. But how do you feel like Bermuda supported you while you were away?
While I was away, I received a lot of love from schools, children, from just Bermuda in general. I received emails that I responded back to. I just felt like Bermuda was behind me, and that would really help me, get back on my feet, just to know that people care as much as they did. The thoughts and prayers were much needed. I thank Bermuda for them, and I just kept pushing on, just with Bermuda on my back.
We know that the regiment supported you while you were over there. What sort of things did the regiment do?
The regiment, they're my family, so they did the things like family do. They sent care packages that warm my heart, that I enjoyed. They also sent cards and letters. Bermuda also sent or had connections with other personnel that's in the British military come visit me and give me encouraging words and just help me through the day-to-day things I was going through.
Right. Now you have mates that play for Renegades, and you play for Renegades too.
Yes.
How do they chip in?
Renegades are the best rugby in Bermuda, hands down. Just have to say it. But they made a great effort, and having the golf, them connected with the Bermuda Regiment, had the GoFundMe and raised more than enough funds to help me out when I came back home. And so Renegades have always had my back, and has been there for me since I started playing rugby at the age of 14 with them.
So you just mentioned your medical expenses. Has everything been caught up now? We know there's a lot of expenses involved with this. Are you still needing any help financially?
Financially, the things have been covered. The government has covered the medical bills for when I was out in Boston and the bills that are going on now. I'm not 100% covered. I still have, things that I have to pay for. I'm out of pocket. As well as like the therapy I receive. I'm receiving therapy from two different entities, where Apex Physio is my therapy that is connected by GHI.
Uh-huh.
So I'm receiving great therapy there. I also am receiving free therapy um, from Bermuda.
It's okay. If it comes to you later, you can let us know.
Yeah, I'll get back to you on that one. But it's based out of Alchemy from a gentleman, Spencer. He reached out to me to him and his partner Kate reached out to me to assist me with anything I needed assistance with regarding physio, and they actually have been grateful to help me for free. Um, but as I visit the doctor, he said I'm going to be out at least another 6 months. So, I was looking to basically continue on with the therapy, but we we have to see how far, how much more longer it will be possible for.
Right. So if somebody wanted to help you out or just say thank you for your service, how could they do that?
People can reach me at my email, Ndavyah94@gmail.com.
And we see the name going down at the bottom of the screen if you need help spelling Ndavyah.
Yeah.
So how long were you away in Boston?
I was out in Boston for 3 months. 3 months, two months in the hospital setting, and 1 month as an outpatient.
Okay. And what emotions were you feeling when you came back to me? I imagine it was emotional already to be back home, but then you had the honor guard from the regiment for you to come through.
Right. Oh, that was very emotional. Just being able to see my brothers and sisters in arms there to welcome me back was very special. To see my teammate Wilkes on his feet and everyone else there to support us, it felt really good to know that these gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, have my back.
Now, you mentioned that you're getting physical therapy. So what is your daily routine besides the physical therapy? Are there things that you have to do on your own at home to help yourself recover?
Right. At Island Rehab Hub is the second therapy that I go to, but they help me more with my balance and strengthening. So just to get back to my normal self, I may look okay, but it's a lot to go into my knees that it needs a lot of attention to with balance and just strength itself. And the Apex does a great job as well with helping me get back to my normal functions of the everyday life, helping me walk, straight, just getting back your posture and your strength. So that's what I'm doing in the therapy.
What do you feel are like your biggest day-to-day challenges as you recover?
So far is I'm getting better at it, but I get tired like more often than I normally did. Just being out on my feet, can't go as long as I used to. I just say I'm getting better, but I'm working on just getting back to normal with with my legs and everything else.
Anika Durant asks if you've been at a loss for words at times for everything that's happened to you.
Yes, yes, I have. I reflect on it, and I just thank and praise the Most High to continue to be here on Earth with everyone, and be able to share, the positive and the energy I have from it, and it's at times I am.
How has your faith helped you through this?
Just be positive, just be happy. It it helps me a lot because I'm a chirpy person. I like to smile all the time. I like to be happy. I like to see other people happy. So I just go every day and I challenge myself. And if there's something that I can't do because of the way that, because of how I am now, I get very frustrated, but I complete it, and I make it happen. So it's a challenge. I like a challenge,
Mm-hmm.
but I also like to, just be happy. Just being happy helping me heal. It's helping me heal then a lot.
Good. Now, is there something that I haven't asked that maybe you'd want all of Bermuda to know about you and how you're doing?
Well, I just want everybody in Bermuda to know that I am doing well. I am getting better. I'm taking this time out to just understand my body and the strength and things that I need to take care of. Um, I just want to give thanks to everybody who supported me through it all, the regiment, the Renegades, Island Rehab Hub, Apex, my family, everyone who's been there from day one, who's helped me just recover. I just want to say thanks.
Now, I know we talked earlier and you gave out your email address. I want to give you a chance. If somebody wants to send you some encouragement, or maybe if they want to be able to help you contribute financing, your email's on the screen there, but if you want to say it, your email address.
Oh, yes. Ndavyah94@gmail.com. That's NDAVYAH94@gmail.com.
Right. And emotional support and thank yous are just as important as financial, or maybe more important.
Mm-hmm. And those will keep you going through the day. Yeah.
So I'd like to I appreciate you being on with us. I know sometimes it may not be easy to talk about, but I would really like to encourage all of Bermuda just to reach out to Private Williams and send him a word of encouragement and help uplift him. Today, you're in a very good mood, but I'm sure maybe at times things can get a little bit discouraging, that they're not moving faster than you would like. So again, thank you. And on behalf of Bernews, as always, we wish you a wonderful, beautiful afternoon.